TRS Clips, the place you arrive at if you just want the best bits of India's smartest podcast, The Ranveer Show. Subscribe, hit that bell icon. So that's what happened. But moving on to the next one, let's call her Bubbly. Okay? Like Bunty or Bubbly, because this was the iconic one.
Oi bubbly, oi hoy bubbly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was the... And I choose Bubbly because this was the darkest one of all.
Bro, like honestly, it's not like I knew Bubbly that well. I think like of your major serious relationships, she was probably the one that I knew the least.
Which is actually a red flag.
Yeah.
Like in retrospect, now that I understand relationships, my closest friends should know the person I'm dating for a while. And somewhere I felt like Bubbly chose not to get to know my closest because she didn't gel with y'all, and that's fine. But I read somewhere that basically, if you want to equate how long your relationship can go, you see how your partner gets along with your closest friends. Like, can they have conversation and all? Because
Is there any pressure on the closest friends to also behave? In this particular fun little scenario of yours? Like, do the friends also have to behave or only the partner?
Nandini, she never got to know you. Bubbly never got to know you.
No, so dude, like I met Bubbly a few times, and then you did that really shitty thing to me that people in relationships do, you know, when they've broken up for one freaking day and they go like, no, tell me what you didn't like about her. And then I was honest with you and I told you that, Acha, this is my list of things I don't like about her. And then the next day it was like, hey, you know, me and Bubbly are back together. I was like, are you joking? Like, are you joking right now? Like, pura, like I have like moved forward yesterday. So I thought, like, for whatever, I think, like, a lot of ways she was, like, good for you because she was, like, high maintenance enough, like, for you to, like...
There was a challenge for me to engage my mind.
Correct. And then there was also that savior complex thing because she was very, like, girly and she liked being protected and whatever. So I think that in itself was...
Wow, that's very accurate. That's deep.
I've known you for a long time.
I used to dig the girly stuff so much, man.
I know.
Dude, when she used to wear like floral dresses and when she used to wear like the girlier her outfits would get, the more I would like melt. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's just me.
Yes, I know.
Go on.
But I felt like, okay, like this is a very like maternal thing, but I felt like uske like lakshan theek nahi the with you know, like I just felt like you could have done better emotionally in terms of like what someone was with you for. And like maybe it's not true, right? Because like I said, I like prefaced it with the fact that I knew her the least of your girlfriends, right? But the vibe that I always got was that thoda like, I'm not going to say the word that I use generally, but like thoda I felt like she was really happy about the BeerBiceps thing, you know, like, oh, like I'm dating BeerBiceps. It was a little bit like that. And that's obviously not what she sounds like. I'm just a bitch. Like, please don't like read into it. But like that was what I felt. And so like I felt that like you deserved someone who was kind of like with you because she loved all of this.
Yeah, and I don't think she loved all of it.
Yeah.
You know, and then not even like the basic things.
I feel like she was the kind of person who kind of had that thing in her mind that I can change this about you given time. Like that was what I felt.
Why do girls have that? Because I've heard men complain about this, about the partner.
Bro, it's a fixer-upper. This fixer-upper concept is a very conditioned thing. It's like in all the media constantly. Like look at the plot of your average rom-com. Like this guy who doesn't want to settle down. He's such a player. And then this girl who's so awkward. But she meets him and hriday parivartan. You know, like, oh, now suddenly his life has changed. And he's just like in love with her and he's a completely different person, but that's all garbage, right? But that is what we watch when we're so young and so impressionable that of course that's how we grow up. Like what else was it going to be?
I wonder if guys have that about girls or guys are just too lazy to like think that deep. Do you think guys have that?
I don't think that guys are too lazy. I think it's also like, so like where the mainstream media tends to condition women towards a certain way, the mainstream media also completely ignores the man's side of it, right? Like in like these rom-com movies do we really understand of how the man really feels about things. And that in itself is not a good thing.
Have you seen that movie, that Matthew McConaughey and that famous actor rom-com?
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. It was a flop movie.
Yeah,
but
I know.
dude, when I watched it now, after understanding relationship psychology, there's so many good narratives on relationship psychology. This is exactly what guys don't like. She does the 10 things that any guy would hate, like in a relationship, like not giving space at all, bitching about the family, like shit like that. That's a great random movie recommendation in the middle of this podcast.
Yeah, that was a fun movie.
What did you learn as a third person viewing that one?
I think it was like, honestly, viewing that one, I just wanted you to do better. But like, you were obviously very, very in love with this person. So it was like kind of a thing of learning how to keep quiet myself, because like, that is hard for me, right? Like, I will tell you like my opinion about things. But like that one, I feel like I censored my opinion the most about. And like, I mean, like, Bubbly, if you're watching this, screw my opinion, right? Who gives a shit? But like, I'm just saying that I felt that like you deserved a little bit better, like someone with like who loved you more purely, for lack of a better way of
like
putting.
Meghna.
Like Meghna. Yeah, I think it's because of the fact that Meghna was the previous benchmark for me, and Meghna loved you so freaking unconditionally that it was just like, तेरे में क्यों है इतना condition, bro? Like, what's your problem? Like, so that was like probably where I was coming from.
I think मेरे को मेघना का श्राप लग गया.
Meghna is a devi, bro. Don't start. Yeah. We both know this.
I actually think Meghna ka shraap lag gaya because I was like just not up to the mark as a boyfriend. So she's like, ja, now someone will do to you what you kind of did to me. Yeah. And I learn't it, dude. Also Bubbly started with Bubbly cheating on someone to be with me, and then that also ended up happening.
Yeah, I know. I doubt you remember this, but when you guys had first gotten together, I had told you that this start doesn't bode a very good like thing.
Kali Zuban.
Listen, okay.
Nandini और मेघना का श्राप लग गया.
No, in the sense of like, I don't know, dude. Like, I'm in no place to judge how relationships start. I'm just saying that like, I had felt that she had jumped on the bandwagon because you were this like rising YouTube star. I don't know whether she would have necessarily looked at you the same the first time she met you, if you had just been like some garden variety engineer working at like a consultancy or something. That's all.
Fair, man. The lesson here for me was, honestly, and I say this with all seriousness, listen to your friends when they are giving you relationship advice. Like, I strongly feel that. And this whole experience, like, you are that friend. To some extent, Kanti, who's another like old friend of mine, he had said some similar things. But dude, I'm still suffering with Bubbly.
It's okay, dude. It'll go.
Yeah. So
it's fine. Like, it takes time to get over something that is real. One must always take solace in the fact that it was real.
Yeah, so there's just, I mean, what I've realized a lot about the working of a man's mind through this whole Bubbly situation, and I've gone for like therapy about it. I've gone for therapy with people who treat soldiers for PTSD, and one of the therapists had told me that the way a man's mind perceives pain is like your emotional pain will also be read as physical pain. So if you don't give it time to heal and you just don't do anything. So if you don't give it time to heal, it's not going to heal. My immediate response after this whole Bubbly situation was go 10x on work. Because I thought that'll bring stability. And even though it wasn't the best relationship, that relationship brought like a juggernaut of stability to my life.
Yeah.
So like I kind of started searching for stability through work. Which brings us now after the 3-4 most productive years of my life.
Yeah.
Which is great. It's been fantastic for my career. But somewhere that emotional injury is not recovered, and I'm working on it constantly.
Honestly, I think that
also sorry, one last thing. The momentum of the work now, I've taken up so much work that I actually don't have time to chill.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing it because like you don't want to deal with that thing. But like, dude, like, consider this. Whatever this new partner, whoever is the ideal, right, that you will eventually one day marry, it's not fair on them either that you don't deal with this stuff before, and it's not fair for you to take that baggage into that relationship.
I don't think of her at all, but I think of the breakup a lot. You know what I mean? I think I'm completely over her. Like,
the breakup also came with a lot of unresolved issues, right? And the fact that there was infidelity involved in the thing, that so obviously it creates like a little bit more of a scab than like if you guys had just broken up because like the things not working out because you don't have time and stuff is like a hard one too. But like if you guys had just broken up just generally because it wasn't working out, it would have, I think, healed a lot faster if there hadn't been that thing, because like there's always the thing of like it hurts you from inside that like someone that you loved and trusted so much kind of did that to you. So that betrayal will take a little longer to heal than the average one is what I would think.
let's see how long it takes. That's where I stand at now.
Yeah, but I think that honestly, that healing comes by being single. Just saying. No,
You want to say something about the last 2-3 years of my life? Feel free.
No, I don't want to say something about the last 2-3 years of your life. I'm just saying that like don't distract yourself with that stuff because that's not the real game. The real game for you is like healing so that you are ready for the person that you're going to marry and you also know it. So there's no point of like who am I to tell someone, hey, this is how you should live your life? But like all I'm saying is that knowing you, the person, you have so much like a paucity of time, like very little time, right, on your hands. So why are you expending your time, effort, energy into like things that are going to go nowhere? It's like if in business you decided to exclusively invest in dead businesses, like for what reason? Like it's not bringing you anything. What will bring you something is if you actually take the time to heal the bits that are still gnawing at you, because that will make you open to getting the person that you really want. So
I think I'm getting there, and I hear a lot of women giving me this advice. And I've had men telling me that the only thing that healed them from their experience, these are like senior or really wise men who've been mentors to me. A lot of them have told me that they only healed once they got into a new...
Yeah, but that's so scary, right? Like how is that is so unfair to the person that you're with, because you're making it their job to fix your trauma.
I don't think it's their job as much as it is sort of the pain gets replaced with love.
Okay.
You love the next person so much.
No, but I mean, these things are like just waiting for a trigger, dude. Like these are like things that get repressed niche, and maybe you're lucky in your whole life, you're never going to get a trigger for that again. But if you get triggered by that, then like you're going to go into some kind of loop.
Maybe.
No?
See, in the last 2-3 years, I have met some incredible women who I dated for a while. We broke up for like random reasons. Some other, like we just again, someone was going away from the country, someone had some other issue. So we had to break up for like these very miscellaneous reasons. But some of them, while I was dating them, I could properly feel that healing also simultaneously happening with that relationship flourishing. Again, just my perspective.
Maybe that's just a difference in how like men and women kind of recuperate from breakups, because women tend to like obsess over what has happened at every single detail of it. And I think women...
What do you mean?
Like in the sense of like we like to think about what were the intentions, was there anything real at all? Like we go into like those kind of spirals.
If cheating happens, you're saying?
No, like in general also, na, if like a breakup happens,
okay.
That way I'm saying that like women tend to heal kind of in the opposite direction of men, where we cry it out first and then we go out into the world, and men tend to like jump into other things and then eventually realize that, oh shit, I need to heal, and then get to it, so like I feel like women tend to, because we are more emotional, we process our emotions like first and then we move on to like moving on. Personally, it kind of bothers me how like fast men move on. Like it's just like, screw you.
There's a quote which I believe in heavily, which says that women take really long to get over a breakup, but get over it.
Yeah.
Men take a very short time to get over a breakup, but actually never get over it.
Yeah, but that's because they're not healing. They've decided that they don't want to heal. Like,
somewhere I think men are always in love with. So even who's that second one we spoke about, Sanjana? I know. Like I have no feelings for. But there is a part of me that's like, theek hai, wo bhi theek tha. Like, I don't look at it like in a better way. So somewhere, I mean, that effectively means that you still have a soft spot for Sanjana somewhere. So
I don't think so. I don't think that these are the same things. Like, I don't think that like going like wo bhi theek tha is the same as like having a soft spot for someone.
Since we've brought up Sanjana, I do want to bring up one more aspect of Sanjana. I'm sorry, I'm cutting you short.
No, that's fine.
I remember being very depressed about Sanjana in a train when I was in second year of college. And I thought of jumping out of the train. Okay. But I sat down, I looked out of the train, and I really just asked God or higher power or whatever to heal me and make me forget this breakup. And I thought I'd never ever be able to forget it. This was like a year after the whole Sanjana situation had happened in college. But eventually I got over it, in life. And that's my big hope for this bubbly breakup as well. That while I'm thinking that, I'll never be able to let go, somewhere something will happen.
No, definitely, because in the Sanjana phase, you are still at your heart of like your ashik phase. So I feel like
Who the f says I'm not an ashik anymore, man?
No, I'm just saying that like you've thoda like sobered down, as time has gone on. And I think that's really important. You're not living in a Bollywood movie.
I'm a part of me is like a little scared that I've lost my ability to love. Because of a combination of this and business.
That's not true. Like, that's not true. I'm telling you as the person, that's not true.
Okay.
You just haven't found the right person right now. Like, and it's not going to be the same kind of love, right? Like, no two loves are the same kind of love. It's going to be a different kind of love. But I think it's something to kind of look forward to.
A groovy kind of love. Sorry. It's a song. I had to... That's what we do on this show.
Yeah,
go on serious.
No, I'm just saying that like I think that like there's a different kind of more adult, mature love that is waiting for you, where like you are actually equal partners with the person.